Dear students, good morning to all. Students, in our last few classes, we have learnt about tenses and we have gone through various kinds of tenses, and as we know that there are mainly three kinds of tenses, that is present tense, past tense and future tense. And we have also gone through that altogether there are 12 tenses, that is simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense, simple past tense, past per continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense, simple future tense, future continuous, future perfect continuous tense. We have decided, dear students, that we will go one by one and learn about tenses separately. So, during our last two classes, we have learnt about simple present tense and simple past tense. And during yesterday's class, we have you had your test in which you have shown your dishonesty. Some of the students have appeared even 15th time. So that's why I hope you have seen the message sent by me that there will be another test on Monday, and I hope you'll be very honest during your test and you can attempt only once, because your first test mark will be considered. So dear students, as I have promised you that in our next class we will know about future tense, and in this regard we will learn about simple future tense today. As per the definition of simple future tense, the future simple tense indicates, or the either you can say it is simple future tense or future simple tense. The simple future tense indicates that an action is in the future related to the speaker or writer. There are no inflected forms for the future in English, that is nothing like those ed or s endings in other tenses. As in simple present tense, we have learnt that on various cases or with various kinds of subjects, the verb will have s, there will be s with the verb or no s. So we have learnt in simple present tense that with singular nouns will be having s with the verb, and plural noun or plural subject there will be no s with the verb. Similarly, with simple past tense, we have learnt that there is ed with the past tense forms, or there are some other forms also which you have already done. So I don't want to make you confused. Let us directly go and learn about simple future tense now in today's class. So there are some formulas for every tense. The formula or rule for the simple future tense is will plus verb, and the verb will be in base form, as we have already discussed just now, that there is no change in the form of verb, rather we are using base form in the simple future tense learning or forms. For the positive sentences, the rule for the simple future tense is subject plus will plus verb, that is in base form, and object. So for your convenience or for better learning, you should know the rule about every grammatical term, then it helps us a lot to know the matter clearly. For this we have an example. I will go to Singapore. He will cook for me. Here will go and will cook will considered as simple future tense, and as you can see, I is the subject as per the rule we have done just now, that subject plus will plus verb in base form plus object. Similarly here, I is the subject, will is the simple future form, then go is the verb in base form, and Singapore is the object. Similarly, he is the subject, will cook is the simple future form of verb, and us is the object. For negative sentences also the rule is almost the same, only it is subject plus will not or won't. Generally at the place of will not we use in short form as won't, then verb that is in base form. As we have learnt in simple future tense, verb will be generally or always in a base form, and object. The example is, I will not go to Singapore, the same sentence which we have done in positive form, and he will not cook for us. So instead of will, we have used here will not. And you can also write, I won't go to Singapore, or he won't cook for us. This will be also correct. So the simple future is a verb tense that is used to talk about things that haven't happened yet. That means which will happen in future time. Use of simple future tense in 3 different ways. Simple future tense is used in positive, negative and interrogative terms. So the same sentence we have written in different ways here, different forms here. You will help him later, you will not help him later, will you help him later. So these are the 3 things. You can also frame your own sentences and practice at home. Now will be going to form is also used as simple future form, that he will be going to, like when you have some future plans or something, you can use it like that. Another rule is when be is used, we have already done this in our previous classes. At the place of be, sometimes you use am, is, are. So when we use simple future tense, we use this way also. Some of the sentences, this will also considered as simple future tense. Am or is or are as per the subject used, then going to and verb. Here is an example. I am going to take bath. Here I is the subject, then am is used as you can say helping verb, then going to is already there in our rule, and then take bath as verb. Another rule is will is used to express a voluntary action. Voluntary you know very well, but then also I am explaining here. A voluntary action is when a speaker, one of the actions when a speaker offers to do for someone else. I repeat, a voluntary action is one of the actions which a speaker offers to do for someone else. We use will to respond someone else's complaint or request for help. We use won't when we refuse to do something for someone. So voluntary action means when we are offering our help for someone. And at the same time we use will not or won't when we are not accepting or when we are refusing to help someone. Example is, I will send you the information when I get it. When you are promising someone that you will definitely send and help a person to give the information when you will receive. I will not do your homework for you. Here you found it ingenuine to do somebody's homework, so you are refusing here and you are saying that I will not do your homework for you. That means the person has to do himself. Okay, so what do you mean here? That you are not going to do somebody's homework, rather you are refusing to do his homework and you are asking the person to do his homework himself. As you might have seen the cartoon episodes of Doraemon, Nobita, and Nobita is always asking Doraemon to do his homework, and sometimes Doraemon is doing and sometimes he is refusing. The same way, you connect the learning materials to your everyday's life, then the things are easier to grasp or adopt. The examples are given here which will help you to know the rules. Now, will is used to express a promise. When we show or when we promise somebody to do something. Don't worry, example is, don't worry, I'll be careful. Suppose you are going somewhere alone and your parents are worried, so when you tell that, don't worry, I'll be careful, you are promising your parents that you will be careful and you will take care of yourself. Then I won't tell anyone your secret. You are promising somebody has shared the secret with you, and you are promising that you will not reveal it in front of anyone. In future tense, we use be going to also to express a plan. Instead of be, the form be, you know that whenever the word be comes, we use is, am, are, and it expresses the idea that a person intends to do something in the future. All these actions depend on the future time, so you have to relate everything with the coming. Dear students, I am explaining this rule once again. In future tense, we use be going to explain a plan. Instead of be, as we always know that we are using is or am or are, these helping verbs. It expresses the idea that a person intends to do something in the future. That means the plans. When you plan something to do that particular work in future, this be going to is used. The example is, he is going to spend his vacation in Jaipur. He has not gone to Jaipur yet, but it is his plan to go to Jaipur to spend his vacation. Similarly, we are going to meet at 6 p.m. Until unless we are meeting with each other, the action will not be completed. So it is the plan already made to meet each other at 6 p.m. So these two exercises tell the importance of the word be going to in the future action. Will or be going to is used to express a prediction. Prediction is a guess. Prediction means when we guess something that this could happen. So it is used to express a prediction, a guess that might happen in future. We are not sure about it, but we are guessing that it may happen. Dear students, we were talking about the use of will or be going to express a prediction in a sentence. Prediction is a guess that might happen in future. So whenever we are guessing something that it may happen, but we are not sure about it, so we have to wait in the future to know about it. The examples are, the year 2022 will be a very interesting year. Who is going to be the next president? Here, second one also is a prediction, but it has been written in an interrogative form. And the first sentence is totally a guess, because we don't know after so many years what is going to happen. So it's totally a guess. And the second one, the guessing has been written in an interrogative or question type form. So dear students, I have almost explained every nook and corner of simple past tense, simple present tense, and simple future tense. These three simple forms. I hope you have understood, and there is no end of all these rules and various kinds of sentences in grammar. We will know something more about these simple tenses in our future time, and if you have queries about it, you can also ask me. Sometimes shall is also used. For using shall, there are many rules, like when you will do your modal verbs or modal, sometimes we say, you will know about the use of shall, the correct use of shall. And sometimes we use shall with I and we also, when we are very much confused about any future action. So mostly we are using will with every subject, and shall is used with very few subjects, and its use is limited. We will know about the use of shall in sentence in our future classes. I have given you a simple homework here. Fill in the blanks with will or be going to. We have just now learnt about it. Now be will be converted to am, is, are, and sometimes will be is also used. So you read the sentences and you think that what could be the correct answer for this blanks. You have to follow the bracket words correct form of verb. Like in number 1, the bracket word is right. Number 2, the bracket word is get. Number 3, the bracket word is turn. Number 4, the bracket word is visit. Number 5, the bracket words are come and be. Number 6, the bracket word is turn. So use the correct form of the words in the brackets it is given. Okay, and you have to write the correct forms in the blanks. I hope you'll be able to do. For more queries, you can contact me through Campus Care, and at the same time get yourself prepared for our test on Monday. The topic is adjective and its kinds. Till then, goodbye, take care, stay safe. Thank you.